Fantasia, the movie that made music that you can see and pictures that you can hear. This movie was a huge gamble for Walt Disney to make because he needed to make new technology to fulfill his vision. The film consists of 8 animated sequences, all conducted by Stokowski and all performed by the Philadelphia Orchestra. Now, this is a movie that, I'm gonna be honest, I did not really enjoy rewatching. I felt this movie was very boring. It is still the longest animated Disney feature, coming in 2 hours and 5 minutes with even an intermission in between. I'm just gonna say right off the bat, even though I did find this movie very boring, it consists of so many amazing sequences that was brought to life with immense amount of colors. Now, every single animated sequence is way too long. Each one is at least 10 minutes long. And even though it is really beautiful to see all these pictures that come to life because of the music, I just found it super boring to watch these sequences. Now, my favorite sequence in the movie is easily the Sorcerer's Apprentice, and I have some cool fun facts about the Sorcerer's Apprentice. Now, of course, in the sequence, the brooms come to life with magic and Mickey has to stop them, but the sorcerer named Yen Sid is actually backwards for Disney, which I'm sure most of you guys knew that, but something that I bet you didn't know was Yen Sid was based on Walt Disney himself. In one sequence of the short, Yen Sid puts up an eyebrow, and it's the exact same way that Walt Disney would put up an eyebrow when he was unhappy with an animator. Disney spent 4 times as much money on the Sorcerer's Apprentice sequence than any other Mickey Mouse short. And originally, this short was going to be a solo short. It was not supposed to be in Fantasia, but because of how expensive it was, Walt Disney knew that he had to add other animated sequences and make a feature film so that the short could be profitable. One of the sequences that you guys may remember is the universe getting formed. And at the time, it was probably the best representation that schools had of how the universe was created, and they would show the sequences in science classes. Did you guys know that for Fantasia, Walt Disney kind of created surround sound? When dreaming up of this movie, he had the idea that when you're in the theater, you would hear all the music around you. And at the time, movie theaters only had monotone sound, which means there's only one sound from one place, which means the sound that you heard came from every single speaker. A lot of these movie theaters couldn't upgrade their surround systems, and only 13 of them had the technology to perform Fantasia in front of live audiences. And eventually, when Fantasia was released, it actually lost money. It didn't make money until a couple of decades later, back in the 1960s, when it got re-released, and the hippies went insane for this movie. Who would have thought the hippies would make that thing successful? Now, don't get me wrong, this movie is iconic as it gave us the most traditional look for Mickey Mouse. That was the very first time that we saw Mickey look like that. And it's because the way that they used to animate Mickey, his face kind of looked like a mask, where now they had to change it where he had more human-like expressions. Now, the Sorcerer's Apprentice scene is definitely a 5 out of 5. I'm going to be giving Fantasia a 1.5 Sorcerer's Hat out of 5. Thank you guys so much for watching my review of Fantasia. If you guys have seen Fantasia, please let me know what was your favorite sequence in the movie. Also, guys, make sure you stay subscribed to my YouTube channel, as we are doing a big series where I review every single animated Disney movie from Snow White to Strange World. Very big thank you to my Patreon members, Disney Freak 311 and Alan, who help support me make the videos that I love to make for you guys. If you guys want to check out another Disney review, click right over here, subscribe over here, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.